Hi guys, and welcome to the State of Crypto, your one-stop source for all crypto-related news. I'm your host Martin, and this is episode 102. BRICS propose their own payment settlement system, and Santander launches new corridors. That's not the only news that we have. We have more articles. Just the titles were a little bit too long, and I had to shorten them up. Anyways, it's Saturday, so thank you for tuning in with us and chilling and catching the news, having a drink, enjoying yourself. I'm not sure what you're doing. But I hope you're having a great time on Saturday, and I do appreciate it that you guys do come in and chill with us and watch the news, right? Anyways, like I said, if you're catching this from live, welcome. And if you're catching the replay and have any suggestions for us, please leave us a comment below. We really want to know what you are thinking. Now, if you want to keep up to date with the latest crypto-related news, make sure you subscribe, you hit that like button and that bell so you're notified when we go live. And if you want to keep on chatting with us when the stream is done, you can join us on the Discord. The link is in the description as always. Benny, how's it going, man? Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I know you do have school during the week, and usually when you join us is once you're done with that. But I do appreciate that you're tuning in and watching us today, man. It's great to have you here, man. So let's move on to that other screen that you guys know and love, which is the regular. I'm not sure if you love it, but it's a regular screen, and that's where we do our regular things. So if you like it, fine, and if you don't, well, this is the only screen that we have right now, so you have to deal with it for right now. Anyways, let's get on with the news. We have a couple news going on, so let's see. Let's start with this one, right? BRIC nations this week proposed a cryptocurrency for payment settlements between its members. Member countries being, BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and, well, South Africa. This was done during an annual summit held in Brazil. And BRIC members told reporters on Thursday, and according to a Russian media outlet, Ross Business Consulting, or RBC, the director of Russian Directive Investment Fund, they have a general for a director of an investment fund. Anyways, General Kirill Dmitriev said that the payment transactions would go through a system, and it's associated with cryptocurrency. Now, the BRICS crypto would transfer financial obligations from one legal entity to another. To confirm that, the recipient will have claim rights and the contractor will have obligations for a specific amount. It will not be money. We can say that it will be a paperless document float to facilitate transactions. Now, a lot of people were going on Twitter and saying, "Oh man, Ripple, they're gonna do this. Ripple's gonna take over the system." Dude, they're talking about just like a contract, right? So again, it might as well just be Ethereum. So don't jump into the Ripple wagon on this. I mean, I am pro Ripple. I like Ripple. I hold Ripple. But if you take a step back and look at what they're saying, they're not saying they're going to transfer the money. They're saying it's a contractual obligation. So it's a contractor will have obligations for a specific amount, and one of the entities or the recipient will have claim rights, meaning it's a contract, a legal binding contract that could as well run on Ethereum. So, be careful when you're running with claims. Again, anyways, that's what Dmitriev told RBC. He added that cryptocurrency will protect transactions from third parties. Now, Dimitrov stated that as efficiently operating BRICS payment system would be able to stimulate settlements in national currencies and ensure the stability of settlements and investment between our countries, which form more than 20% of the global influx of foreign direct investment. Now, I believe that is pretty cool. 20% of the influx of foreign direct investment is a lot of money. If Ripple can get a piece of that, that'll be cool. For the money flow transaction part, yes. But for the contractual obligations, when they say paperless, I'm pretty sure they're talking about probably something else. Again, I just don't want to jump onto the same hype that everyone is going and jumping into those conclusions. Like I said, we try to view things here from a more neutral point of view. So again, if we go to a neutral point of view, there's a couple of ones that could cover obligations, right? Not just Ethereum. Smart contracts could also be done through other coins like Neo. I think Cardano might do smart contracts. Tron. There's other ones that could potentially handle smart contracts running through them, right? But the settlement of monies could certainly go through XRP. I'm not saying it can't, but it could also just go through Stellar. So I mean, until they really declare what they're using, it's all just speculation. Anyways, the RBC also reported that the BRIC nations are working on a payment system that rivals the Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunications, or SWIFT, which is allegedly allows the U.S. to monitor transactions. Now, we talked about this earlier, right? We talked about that Russia, China, and India were trying to figure out a way to get their systems to talk to each other, so they can form transactions without going through SWIFT. And of course, look, poor SWIFT, man. Ripple is not running through SWIFT right now, right? So Ripple's not, it's taking a big piece of that pie, right? With the banks, with on-demand liquidity, with money being able to go faster for a smaller rate. And now look at what these guys are doing. If they come up with a second way of moving money, if it's not Ripple, like any other way, it takes another massive hit at SWIFT. And then SWIFT will just probably spiral down and just be used by very, very few countries. And then it will not be where it's meant to be. And then probably Ripple XRP token transactions on demand liquidity might have a better chance of running, right, etc. So anyways, let's move on to the next article. A little bit related because it talks about Russia, but BBC new files allegedly connect 450 million in lost Bitcoin to Russian intelligence. Now, this was also buzzing on Twitter today. I think I retweeted it. Anyways, 450 million worth of lost cryptocurrency from now defunct exchange WEX, W-E-X, may have been transferred to a fund belonging to the Russian intelligence agency, the FSB, or Federal Security Bureau, according to an investigation by the BBC Russian service published on November 15th, so published yesterday. Anyways, the BBC retrieved audio files that allegedly connect a person named Anton, supposedly former FSB officer Anton Nemkin, with Alexei Bilyuchenko, and co-founder of Bitcoin or BTCE, and Konstantin Malofeyev, who was reportedly behind the sale of WEX, a spin-off of the troubled BTCE exchange. Anyways, during a business meeting in 2018, Anton allegedly requested that Bilyuchenko handed the cold wallets containing the crypto assets to WEX over to him. Following the purportedly handover, Bilyuchenko was delivered to an FSB department in Moscow, where several plainclothes officers questioned him about WEX operations. The following day, Anton allegedly demanded that Bilyuchenko pass all of cryptocurrency stored in WEX wallets, stating that the assets will be given to the fund of the FSB of Russia. At the time, the wallets contained 450 million worth of crypto, which belonged to the exchange customers. Now, Bilyuchenko eventually agreed to transfer the aforementioned amount. The data from blockchain.com and explorer.litecoin.net indicated that 30,000 Bitcoin and 700,000 Litecoin were transferred from the aforementioned wallets, so equivalent to $350 million at the time. So today, if you were to transfer that to today money, it lost 100 million if you think about it. But anyways, still a lot of money that just got handed over, and it gets us to a point that a lot of people make on Twitter and everywhere, right? Not your keys, not your crypto. If an exchange has the wallets and someone comes and demands they hand them over, there goes your crypto, man. So again, no matter how much insurance they have, there's probably some clause that says that if the government comes and like requires them to hand over the money, you're toast. Anyways, cheers, guys. Hope you're having a great time. I'm having a great time. 5 people tuned in. I'm not sure who you guys are. I know Benny's probably here. He said hi at the beginning. But the other people that are tuned in, if you like what we do, like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell. I do appreciate it if you're showing up for the stream on a Saturday night. I know there's a lot of stuff going on, but I really appreciate that you guys show up. Anyways, U.S. regulators are not sure about what to make of Ethereum's impending transaction into a staking-based protocol. So, Commodity Futures Trading Commission, the CFTC chairman, Heath Tarbert, who recently declared his view on Ethereum as a commodity, could support could support futures markets, said this week his agency is still evaluating whether these will remain basically through after Ethereum upgrades that work sometime over the coming year. So staking is obviously different than mining in the sense that mining is by its very nature sort of more decentralized, whereas with the stake, obviously it reduces energy costs because you're just giving it to one validator or line of validators. That's what Tarbert said on Tuesday. So the CFTC, which has been looking into Ethereum and its potential shift to proof of stake since at least December 2018, is now looking into how decentralized the Ethereum network will be after the 2.0 upgrade. According to Jan Xu, managing director of Hong Kong-based crypto investment firm Kinetic Capital, a regulated Ethereum funds market would be game-changing in the US. What regulated futures will do is allow institutional investors to trade a commodity. They're not going to be logging onto BitMEX and trading in size. They will potentially go on backed and NASDAQ, etc. This is why you need to have regulated financial instruments and why CFTC commodity designation is so important. Well, 1 second, guys. My kid is knocking at the door. I think he just tried to open it. I just gotta make sure he's okay. He was feeling sick earlier on, so just give me 1 second, guys.
Ya está disponible Huawei Nova 5T con sus 5 cámaras que te ayudan.
I'm back. Sorry about that small break, guys. Like I said, dude, I am staying with my kid. My wife had to go out of town. She took the baby with her, and then so I'm staying only with my son, but he's also 4 years old. He doesn't understand the concept of doors are locked, I'm busy, I gotta work. So I told him that he could come knock on the door if he was feeling bad, but I think he just wanted to go and change something on Netflix, and that's fine. That just keeps him a little bit occupied while I'm here. Then I'll try to get through this as quick as I can, then I'll go and hang out with him. Although it's already a little bit past his bedtime, so I'm not sure why he's still up. Anyways, like I said, dude, Danny Rand, an Ethereum 2.0 researcher at the Ethereum Foundation, explained that one of the key aims of the Ethereum proof of stake network is better decentralization. With proof of work, there's some intrinsic centralization due to the hardware component tied to the real world supply chain, in which some people are more entrenched and can get more specialized hardware than average consumers. In Ethereum proof of stake, the capital that you need to acquire participation is much more readily available. Converting capital into an asset that allows you to stake in the protocol is much cleaner. Now, remember, guys, there's also that with proof of work, you still have that 51% attack where 51% of the nodes don't want to validate the data, or someone holds 51% of those nodes don't want to validate the data. Transactions don't happen. So yeah, transactions can get blocked. So you are subject to a 51% attack. With proof of stake, that is a little bit harder for it to happen. Anyways, in Ethereum proof of stake, the capital that, like I said, the capital you need to acquire to participate is much more readily available, right? Although the chance for reward is much more regular and frequent with proof of stake. The amount which you are rewarded as a validator still relies on your ability to participate well in the protocol. There is not an expectation of profit by doing nothing and through the work of others. It's all related to your ability to provide services to the network. So again, just keep that in mind. Yeah, thanks for being here, Benny. Yeah, family comes first, man. I do agree with you, man. Did you see that article about like people in Iran, I think it was, that were burning down the central banks? There's a lot of that going on Twitter. I didn't find anything today on the news that was legit, but I mean, I'm not saying it's a lie, but you know, damn, dude, that's kind of hardcore. People taking protests and burning the central bank. That's like dystopian future type of like novel writing there, man. Anyways, Santander says it will soon expand its use of Ripple cross-border payments platform. In a recent conference held at the Institute of International and European Affairs, Managing Director of Digital Investment Banking at Santander, John Whelan, talked about the company's efforts on blockchain right, in Iran. Yeah, where was it, man? I'm not sure, dude. There was these articles going on Twitter that show people like protesting on the streets and like a building burning on the background. I didn't retweet it. But look, I'll put it here on the side real quick.
Let's make a movement.
See, I'm not sure if this is real or not. That's why I want to know how real this is. The footage looks weird. The phone, I'm not sure what quality it has. Really don't say much, but anyways, as protesters set fire to the central bank in Bebahan, Iran. Anyways, there's a lot of people retweeting this, so I'm not sure how real it is. Anyways, it's there, right? I told you guys it's there, so I had to open it on a sad window here on my Twitter feed. No, actually, I closed my main Twitter feed, so one second, guys. I'm trying to like reset the things to the way I had them because I had some stuff going on here. Anyways, yeah. Going back to this article, right? The guy said at Santander that his company will bring Ripple-powered payments platform called OnePayFX to all 10 of its main corridors in the near future. Now, we actually have a blockchain-based international payment system that's running on four corridors: Brazil, Mexico, UK, and Spain. It will be on all 10 soon. Instant transfers at a very, very tight spreads, 30 basis points. So again, if you don't know what basis points is, 100 basis points is 1%. So 30 basis points is like 0.30%. Anyways, it's a nice user experience. I used it myself. I sent money to the United States. It's available same day, fantastic, and at a guaranteed rate. Santander Executive Chair Ana Botín said OnePayFX is now powering more than half of Santander's Group FX payments, foreign exchange, right? FX, foreign exchange. With this new initiative that is already in place, we're actually covering 50% of all the FX payments that the Santander Group does annually. So they're covering a large amount of the transactions that they go through for foreign exchange payments anyways. And it works really well because the rails that we're using, which, as you say, we've collaborated with Ripple, we've been testing those for 2 years, actually with our own employees, and they work. It's safe, it's fully compliant, and obviously we've made sure that they comply with the local regulations, so you're in safe hands. Ripple, you know, here, the only thing that I see that Ripple has going on is that Ripple's breaking people out of the SWIFT system, right? Getting into this new train where everything happens so much quicker at like better rates. Sorry, going back to the chat, Benny saying that if that was real, they would be running from the smoke that kills people. Yes. But again, people like do tend to like stand close to like stuff that has happened, and I have a video footage of like a car that got, I think like someone like shot the car, and people are like standing real close filming the car, and then it just explodes and people just like move back and then they keep on filming, dude. It's like, dude, really? Like, people are nuts, dude. Some people like don't run. Anyways, like I was saying, man, here what I can see happening is Ripple gets people accustomed to this new, faster way of doing things. It doesn't matter if it's through on-demand liquidity or to through Xcurrent, right? Their via or way of transferring that uses the blockchain, not and just regular fiat currency, not the cryptocurrency, right? But anyways, if they were to get this to run and people become accustomed to that, right, they'll leave Swift, then they just work with Ripple. Guess what? At some point in time, you drop Xcurrent, you take the training wheels off, right? You like what it does. It does the same thing with crypto, but much faster, with much less risk, etc. And then you're done, right? They could certainly do that at some point in time. I'm not sure if that's one of their plays. They can bring everyone on board with Xcurrent, right? Yeah, it don't matter. Yeah, we use fiat, whatever, man. It still happens quick, blah blah blah. And then towards the end, say like, guess what, guys? We're gonna get rid of our Xcurrent. So if you still want to work with us and the speeds that we handle and those rates, those nice rates that you become accustomed to, you gotta switch to ODL, right? On-demand liquidity, and that uses XRP. Whether you like it or not, that's the only option that we're gonna have. I mean, right now they're still onboarding banks, so they want to have that fiat, right? Like, yeah, we're friendly, we have that fiat. If you wanted to look for from a different point of view, I'm not saying Ripple's gonna do that, right? I don't believe that they're that shady, but again, that could certainly happen, right? So let's get on to the next article. It's on Binance. I don't have anything for Litecoin. That's it. I'm gonna jump onto Binance. Binance has cited support for the Turkish lira for its direct fiat to crypto buying facilities. Now, this will allow Binance users to buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Ripple, or XRP, with the lira. But the sell option is not currently enabled, so you can just use it as an on-ramp, not as an off-ramp. So the lira supported is being offered by a Turkey-based electronic payment firm, Apada. I said Turkey-based, not Turkey-baster. Anyways, Binance US. Binance US. This is something that I liked, and this is the title on the small card that you'll see, right, the thumbnail. Binance US announced Friday that it will be offering 0 trading fees for the next 30 days on all new, for all new registered users, right? So according to the announcement, starting on November 15th, so yesterday, all newly registered users on Binance US will qualify for 30 days of 0 trading fees after passing basic account verification. That is amazing. Why are they doing that, you might ask, right? Why are they going to give 30 days? They had already given like 60 days or 30 plus days when they first came out, right? Why are they doing that, man? Why are they giving like that many days with 0 trading fees? Well, because they're having problems, dude. They don't have the liquidity that they need. Not a lot of people are flocking to their US platform, and the article does actually state that, and we've stated before that they were having liquidity problems. So the move is designed to drive further adoption of the platform, as Binance US previously offered 0 fees from its launch at the end of September until November the 1st, so a little bit over a month. So anyways, if you want to get onto that Binance US, you haven't tried it, you can try it with 0 trading fees, which is pretty damn sweet if you ask me. At least you save that much on trading for the first 30 days. So if you're an active trader, not hodling, right, but like actually trading day in, day out, it could be something that's really good. I'm not sure if that's going to be permanent or not, but at least right now they do have it going on. So if you want to take advantage of that, go ahead and do it. Anyways, that's it for the article section. We just finished the news part of the stream. We're going to jump onto the news section that we have, which is the technicals. If you guys have been with us for a longer time, we usually do an article analysis. Right now we've we shifted things a bit, and we're doing the news part first, then the technicals later. That way, if you're interested on the news section, you can watch it at the beginning of the stream, and if you're interested on the technicals, you can just jump until now when we will begin doing that, right? So anyways, like I said, guys, welcome to the technicals section of the stream. So thank you for being here with us. I do appreciate it. So let's go look at what is happening with the market, right? So let's look at the total crypto market. Total crypto market cap yesterday gained very little, right now losing a little bit, but yesterday gaining 0.37% from an opening of $223.69 billion, closing at $224.54 billion. It's about $119 million move to the upside, or 0.37% right now. Yesterday, like I said, opening at 224.61 billion. Closing right now, it's not really closed, but sitting at 224.15 billion, which is $386 million move to the downside, or minus 0.18% right now. It just bounced. Anyways, minus 0.18%. So losing a little bit of market cap, meaning money flowing out of the crypto sphere, right? Let's look at the dominance. I'd rather stay on regular Binance to avoid Uncle Sam. Yeah. But if you're in the US, you got banned, though. So if you're doing it like through a VPN or something else, make sure you don't get screwed, man. All right, that's all I have to say. Anyways, I do like regular Binance. I use it. Not right now. I'm not using it, but I used to use it before, and I do. The thing I like about it is that if you want to take a position, you can get on it quickly, and if you want to get out of a position, you can get out of it quite quickly. It has so many users that it's just so quick to like really flow through there, man. It's just insane the amount of liquidity that exchange has, man. That's the only thing I like about it. You can trade 24/7. There's always people willing to take a trade. It's amazing, man. That's cool. If you haven't been kicked out being a US user, man, that's amazing. Maybe you're just using the basic one without the KYC stuff that has to go on because you're trading a lower amount. But if you get to that larger amount, then you want to withdraw everything. You're probably going to be blocked at certain amounts. Just be careful with that, right? Anyways, let's see what else is going on. Bitcoin dominance. Yesterday, losing dominance, 0.10%. Right now, gaining very little. Actually losing, even though it looks green. I hate it when it does this, man. 0.01% loss. So yesterday, opening at 68.34. Right now, closing at 68.27. It's a 0.07% move on total market cap. So it's about a 0.10% move down. Right now, moving down still from 68.27, sitting at 60. Right now, it's actually saying it's up. 68.28, so it says 0% or minus 0.1, so it's probably plus. This thing is sometimes messed up, dude. It don't look right. We can see the data here, right? The opening, the closing, and then the change, and then what it says here, right? So it says 68.27, 68.28. So you're actually 0.01% up, but it says you're down like 0.01. So again, it's weird. Let's go on to Bitcoin, right? Price of Bitcoin sitting at $8,470.41. Again, sitting pretty cool, comfy, right? Below that 20 MA, which is not that good because if we're below that 20 MA right now, we are definitely below that 200 MA. Right, 200 MA being up here, about 9,349. We're really far below it. Not the best we can be, right? So what happened? Yesterday we had a small positive price action. Right now having a negative price action. Yesterday getting 0.28%. Right now losing 0.12%. Negative momentum starting to decrease, right? Again, is it good? Is it bad? Well, it really depends on your outlook. I have to zoom in here a lot to be able to see this. This move to the upside really helped neutralize. So you're going from a low to a high on the daily, but it's too short of a time scale, right? One day divergence does not make. So let's go with that. And anyway, sitting at 8,470, you wicked twice below the 8,434, but you have not closed a candle below it. Again, you're still within that range of the 8,983 and the 8,437. Still fighting to stay within that area, right? Something that I gotta do is make this a little bit larger. So we're still within that downsloping channel. Again, staying above that 50% line of the downsloping channel. And really, we're also quite close to the upper line of the more major downsloping channel. Right? So again, staying a little bit out of the above that. But again, like I said, below 200 MA, I'm bearish on Bitcoin. So I'm not holding any right now. At least until I determine that I found a bottom. And that I'm quite certain that the price might go up. Then I would probably take a position on Bitcoin, and we'll see where it goes from there. Anyways, let me move this last to the other side. Let me keep on looking at this and see what else we're doing with this. On the daily, let me see. On the daily, are we doing anything? No, just negative momentum still building, still going lower on the RSI. So nothing happening on the daily that I can call for divergence. Still in the downsloping channel. So again, let me look at this from a different chart. So yeah, you can see that this kind of makes a falling wedge, right? So you're going lower, you're also tightening on that bottom. So again, falling wedges tend to be bullish, so you would expect to break to the upside. When? I'm not sure, man. This still has a long way to go. But we get some nice points, right? 1, 2, 3 touch points. So again, we're within a falling wedge on Bitcoin. So I just wait for this to like sort of explode. We're also trying to determine when. We didn't hit that move to the upside. We were within this falling wedge. We moved to the upside again, making another falling wedge. You can see it here. Expect to break to the upside, right? That's usually where falling wedges break to. Let me go back into this chart. This is a little bit more cluttered, but this is where we have a lot of stuff already charted. Let's go into the 4 hours. On a daily, I didn't say where we're sitting at. We're sitting neutral on the RSI at 42.45. So let's go into the 4 hours. On the 4 hours, we're sitting sold on the RSI at 35.70. We're slightly upwards moving. So again, impulse down, sort of upsloping consolidation. Not what you usually want to see. But again, sometimes we've seen this happen, right? It's not really quite upsloping really sharp. It's not really downsloping really sharp. It's just more or less sideways. And this could, at some point in time, break us to the upside again. So do keep it in mind as you trade that it's a possibility that this goes up. So sitting below 20 MA with volatility open on the Bollinger Band, starting to make positive momentum. And like I said, sitting low. Are we doing something? Not really. High? Lower high? Right? So again, you're going lower from your previous island to this island. I wouldn't consider this a high. Still lower than this. So again, from your previous high, you're still lower. So that's it. Nothing going on the 4 hour. So let's go into the 1 hour. It is the weekend, man. It gets a little boring sometimes on the weekend. We were here yesterday, right somewhere on this area when we were doing the stream, I think. So November 16th. No, that would have been today. We were somewhere around this area when we were doing the stream. Sorry. Look, indecision, right? We try to bump to the upside, break down again, try to bump again, break down again, try to break up again, try to pump down again. So again, indecision going on. Not a lot happening on the market. Tightening on the Bollinger Bands, that's for sure. So we should expect a explosive movement happening. We haven't had that much tightening in a while, man. This channel was not that long. This channel was very tight, but very short-lived. This was even shorter. So like you see, this is much tighter than this even. So again, watch out for an explosive movement happening. And when it happens, it's going to happen fast. It's going to happen like strong, either downside or upside. Right now, I can't tell from the data, man. If anything, the only thing I can see, and it's not the best thing that you could expect to see, you're going higher on your price. You're going lower on your momentum, positive momentum. So again, if anything, you would be expecting to make bearish divergence, right? Which is that. So would mean price action to the downside. You're starting to get it. Breaking below at 20 MA. So I hope this doesn't break us to the downside, because if this is an indicator of where we're going to go, that means we're still going to drop farther down, and you don't want to do that right now. Anyways, let's see what else is happening here, man. Nothing on the RSI, still going higher, so the RSI is fine. I'm trying to figure out if there's anything else going on that I forgot to call. This is higher than this, so again, you're just going with the market here. Here you created that divergence, so watch out for that. It could potentially play out to price action to the downside. 5 people tuned in. Thank you guys for watching. If you like what we do, like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell. Let's go to Ethereum, because we just finished Bitcoin. On the ETH, Ethereum certainly recovering much nicely than Bitcoin, right? Look at this. Bitcoin moving sideways, right? On the daily. Sorry, I was looking at Ethereum dominance. Sorry. My bad. Ethereum dominance. Yesterday had a small pump to the upside. Going to 0.99% up, so almost 1% from, yeah, and right now it's going down a little bit, 0.14%, sitting at 8.81% of market cap. Anyways, Ethereum. Here it is. Recovering a little bit nicer than Bitcoin. Let's see. Yes, Bitcoin, as you can see, is going down hardcore. Ethereum, sorry, I didn't want to do that. This is shifting my Ethereum. There we go. Ethereum. It seems to recover a little bit better from that pump to the downside. This is the chart I wanted to look at. When I was saying that pump, I just anticipated. Anyway, symbol at 20 MA. Negative momentum still there. So again, not much, just negative momentum building. If you wanted to go from the wicks, right, which I wouldn't suggest you do right now because the market is bearish, I would go from candle bodies. We're going to go from candle bodies to candle bodies. This is a very short time frame, but you're going to here, and you're going to here. So you're creating hidden bullish divergence, which means price continuation. So again, probably not the best indicator that we want to see right now, and it's too small of a time frame to call it out. But again, it could be slanted divergence that we're seeing. We're sitting neutral on the RSI at 48.19. So again, thanks Benny. Thanks for the vote of confidence, man. I appreciate it. Again, you should be neutral right now, 48.19. Not much going on. If this Wilson pulls down, your consolidating upwards is not the best. We've talked about that is usually bearish. So let's go into a much shorter time frame and see what's going on. Anyways, tightness of the Bollinger Bands still still channeling, right? So let's see how this keeps on developing. But in the shorter time frame, we might get a better idea. Sorry, I jumped into the 1 hour, 4 hour. There we go. We have volatility expanded on the 4 hours, still below 20 MA, starting to tighten on the Bollinger Bands. So again, volatility leaving the market. Sorry, you got tongue twisted there. Let's see this real quick. 0.21, 15. So nothing here. Again, lower high than the previous high, also lower in that positive momentum. Same thing happening with the RSI. Nothing going on here. Low, lower low, lower low, more negative momentum building. Same thing with the RSI. So nothing happening on divergence that we can call out. This impulse down that we saw on the daily is not as sharp here. You can see this more staggered. So like impulse down, another impulse down, absolute consolidation, impulse down. Undoing that previous consolidation. So again, not much really happening here from negative to a positive. Again, nothing here that I can call out real quick. Just facing rejection at the 20 MA right now. It seems to be about it on the 4 hour. So let's go into the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, we're getting more tightness of the Bollinger Bands. We're sitting below that 20 MA, which is not the best, making negative momentum. Sitting neutral on the RSI at 48.21. Man, are we doing something? Yes, we are, and not the stuff that you want to make. Same thing that's happening with Bitcoin, right? So you're going higher, and you're going lower. And we're going to look at another chart because this we have some gappage, and usually that doesn't happen on Ethereum on the 1 hour. This one looks a little bit better, and we can also see that is also happening, right? You're going from here to here. You're going from here to here, right? So higher, right? Creating that divergence on the top part, bearish, strong bearish divergence. You don't have it on the RSI. Your RSI is actually going higher, so you just have it on the MACD histogram. Price action to the downside, you're seeing it play out. Bouncing off the bottom part of the Bollinger Bands almost, and sitting at what? We're sitting at the the 382, the 181. So we're bouncing off that right now. We're actually sitting at $181.64. So we're just almost sitting spot on that that fib, right? The 382. So 181.59. We're almost there, man. We're just bracing it, man, and hope we don't break below it. We go back to the regular Ethereum chart that we look at. Divergence, price action to the downside. Again, not much happening yet. We can still call out, right? Low, lower, low. More negative momentum. That's it. Lower on the RSI. Not much happening, man. On Ethereum, again, it's the weekend. Usually weekends become a little bit boring for this market. Not a lot of people trading. Not a lot of volumes get moved. Usually Sunday night picks up a little bit when Asia comes back online, and it's there Monday, and everyone wants to get back into crypto again. So let's go into Ripple. Ripple dominance. Yesterday gaining dominance 0.33%. Right now gaining a little bit of dominance 0.03%, sitting at 5.06% off total market cap. Again, about 5%. I'm good for Ripple. So let's wait and see how this keeps on developing. So let's go onto Ripple, right? Price of Ripple, 26 cents. To give you the full data, 26.136 cents. So let's see what's happening here. We're below that. We need to get above this range, the 26.692, because this is where we're at. We have the risk of dropping all the way to the 24 cent mark. So 24.629. That's where we have some support. So again, from here to here, there's really not much going on. We probably manufacture something around this area, right? Because we're bouncing within this range for a while, but it's not as historically as more of the data that we have. So again, just watch out. We're probably gonna hit something around here, maybe. We have a lot of wicks stopping here. All right, you can see it back here as well. You can see some closings around that area as well. So it might be a valid support, but right now I'm worried about dropping all the way to 24 cents. Let's say that for Ripple, right? Anyways, still within a downsloping channel, not being able to break out of it. On that bottom part of the downsloping channel, again, impulse down, consolidating downwards usually is bullish. You get tired of going like this. At some point in time, you're going to break to the upside, right? Not quite a falling wedge, although if you wanted to, right? If you want to ignore that, this is another channel that I have also charted in another graph. But if you want to look at something different, right, you could say that you're within a falling wedge. Even if you want to go here and go here, you will still be within a falling wedge, right? Or go here. So anyways, for Ripple, you have a couple of options for anchoring for that falling wedge. I drew this a while back, so not to this touch point. I just hadn't looked at this chart in a while. I was playing with the idea of being, of maybe creating a falling wedge. I just hadn't shown it on the stream. But right now we can see that we're almost targeting it. So again, if it is a falling wedge, you can expect a break to the upside. Usually that's how falling wedges break. So let's keep on seeing what else is going on here. Ripple. Okay, so let's go back to it. Negative momentum dying out. So again, you're going higher, so you're also making less negative momentum. And on the RSI, you're also going higher. So nothing happening here. You're seeing sold on the RSI at 37.61. Usually you want to go back to neutral zone, so we might see price action to the upside. But there's not a strong indicator that would suggest it right now. Let's go into the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, right? High, lower high, much lower high than the previous one on the positive momentum, and we're almost higher. So again, nothing going on here yet, but if this pumps higher still, you will probably create hidden bearish divergence. That would mean price continuation if you don't break it. So if you don't break it, that means you don't get above this. And it would happen something like this. So for you, those of you that don't know, I'll point it out. So it'll be like this, right? To where you anchor, and it would be somewhere like here if you go higher. So again, you will be converging on that top part, creating that hidden bearish divergence. Usually that would mean price continuation. You're in a downtrend, so again, you'll probably continue to downside. The only way you break this, right, is you go higher in your momentum, right, and you definitely break this price. So if this was to be a straight line, you'd break 27,382. Anything above that, you would negate it, so you wouldn't have it. So that just watch out for that. Let's see on the RSI. Are we doing anything? Low, lower low, so nothing here happening. Let's see, man. Low, lower low. So again, nothing on the MACD either. So not much that we can take from the 4 hours, and it just seems to be something that is consistent across the market. The 4 hours not really giving us indicators as to what's happening. Impulse down, upsloping consolidation, not the best. Again, like I've said, usually this seems a little bit more upsloping that we had with Bitcoin, and Bitcoin it looked a little bit more neutral. Upsloping consolidation usually means price action to the downside. You seem to be rejecting prices near that 20 MA for a while. I've not been able to be above that 20 MA since November the 10th, so almost 6 days below that 20 MA. So let's go into the 1 hour. Sorry if I move a little bit weird, man. My neck is killing me today, man. So like I have like this, I probably slept in a wrong position. This whole thing in my back is just like, every time I move my head, it just like aches so bad. So I'm really trying to stay as stiff as I can to like avoid any sharp movements that it will just probably like make me miserable right now. It just like hurts really bad. Anyways, look, anything from here to here, you're going to the same price height. We'll just confirm it real quick. Opening 26.37, opening 26.36.9, so almost the same, right? This is 36.70, 36.9. It's the same price, man. So again, this will be straight out there. You will be diverging here, right? Again, that's usually how you call bearish divergence. That would be a class B or medium or type 2 bearish divergence. So usually you see price action to the downside. You broke your downside a little bit, right? You don't have it on the other side. You're still trying to pump to the upside again. But are you making that same price height? No, you're not. If anything at all. Let's see this. 17. Closing 26346, 2350. So a little bit higher. Again, here you would have divergence as well. It's just very, very tight, minute, man. You'll be slightly going higher. Here you're going to the same Sorry about that. Ads came on. Like I said, usually I have my subscription on Apple Music, and the guy that I get my free music from, Technoax, has his playlist on Spotify. So if I want to reproduce it, copyright free music, I have to play his playlist. He's the only one that I found that has the music that I like. So I am not gonna pay another subscription for Spotify when I already have Apple Music. So at least not right now. Anyways, from here you go slightly higher. From here you're going equals, right? So you're creating divergence, but you're making like class C or weak or type 3 bearish divergence, price action to the downside. Now, do you have it on the RSI as well? 53, 52, 53, 56. Now you don't have it on the RSI. Just on the MACD. So again, price action to the downside, you're seeing it play out. Oh man, not the best looking for Ripple, man. Straight bullish divergence. You need to get to 25.94 at least. Yeah, somewhere around this area. Create that divergence, pump to the upside. But right now you don't have anything going on. If anything, you just have that wedge that you apparently are breaking out of, but not with volume, which would lead me to move this line that I placed back. I'm not remembering back when, but it will probably be something like this, man. If I was to take this up, if not, if I were to go here and here, it'll just be me again the channel. So again, this is a theory that I'm playing with. I'm not calling it out right now. It's just something that I was toying with. Maybe we'll make another falling wedge and we'll break it, and then we'll see that price action to the upside, getting us to move to hit that measure move, right, that we're missing out on. So again, trying to find out things for Ripple that might play out. So let's see how this keeps on riding, right? Let me look at this chart. We have another. See, I have a different channel here. So I'm also playing with different ideas, right? So I'm looking at different charts, looking at different ideas. This channel, it's a little bit tighter than the other channel, so we're seeing on that bottom part. But looking at this channel on this chart, it's a much wider channel, considering other data point that I'm ignoring for the main analysis. But you can see here that we're sitting at that upper part of the downsloping channel. So if you see this, I'm considering this wick here, and then all this stops, right? For this one, I'm not considering the wicks. I'm not even going to them. I'm starting down here. And I'm ignoring these wicks as fake breakouts. So again, it really depends on what you want to look for. And right now I'm looking for tight moves in a constricted structure, because that's usually what we're looking at. But I'm not ignoring that this is also a potential downsloping channel. Now take it. Both are downsloping channels. They're just charted differently, right? I'm anchoring differently. They're not charted differently. I'm anchoring differently because of different reasons. Right now, with the market being bearish, I do believe that we're on the bottom part of a downsloping channel, and it goes with the sentiment of the market. Then believing that I'm on the upper part of the downsloping channel, that would put me on a more bullish position for this to break to the upside. So again, a move to the upside on this would get me to that upper part, but probably not break it. A move to the upside on this would probably break me out of the channel. So again, different views that I'm playing with. It just depends what you want to do, right? Like I said, guys, I point out different scenarios. You play with the one that you want. You make your calls. I'll tell you what I believe it might happen sometimes. But again, this is not technical. This is not advice, and I don't want to fall into that category, right? I'm here to teach you about stuff that can happen, how to look at graphs, how to look at charts, how to point stuff, how to discern whether or not there's divergence, what type of divergence, what formation you're making, if you're having a rising wedge, falling wedge, triangle, symmetrical, Benny saying, I won't buy XRP because it's worth so much already. I have a counter argument for that, and not because I'm pro Ripple. I would make it for any coin. You would say that it's high right now. It's worth so much. So if this goes to $3, would it have been worth so much? Getting like 1,000% increase on your investment? Would it have been too much of an investment? If it falls, I do agree it's worth too much. But Bitcoin right now, you can say it's worth too much, but if Bitcoin goes to 100,000, 100,000 I think is worth a lot more than where it's at right now. So again, it's relative to what will happen in the future, right? And again, that is your sentiment on the market. You believe that Ripple is worth too much because maybe you're not into the project. You may believe that it's overpriced. But if it runs to the upside, like paying 30 cents for something that will be worth $3, I'm not saying it's gonna go there. It's just an example. Would it be too much? Would it be worth too much? But if you had to go in at $3, you're probably gonna say, man, it's worth a lot because I'm paying top price. Yeah, but if it goes to $30, see, you can always make that argument that if it goes up, would it have been too expensive for you to get in at that price? Now, I'm not saying go in at that price. I'm not suggesting it at all. It's just a counter argument for people that say, man, it's too expensive already. Expensive is relative. It's relative to where the price is at the moment and what your sentiment is. But if the price, like if this takes off and goes massive, goes nuclear, it hits like $30 and you got in at 30 cents, would it have been worth too much? Really? So again, it's very, very relative. That's the point that I want to drive with this. Value long term is relative to the price that you get in at what point in time. Now, if this drops and it drops to like 15 cents, yeah, I would say you paid overpriced, right? Because you could have bought it at almost half or 45% discount and still write that all the way up to $30. But again, even if it goes to $30 and you bought it at 26 cents instead of 14 cents, would it have been worth too much, right? You can, I don't know, like just, sorry if I keep like circling this, but it's just relative, right? Price is relative to the time that you get in and the increases or decreases that the asset goes through throughout its life. That's it. It sense probably someone told people, dude, you're buying like Bitcoin. What is that, right? And then it jumped to like $20,000 almost. And someone said, look, was it really overpriced at 8 cents? Probably not. So again, everything is relative. Let's get on to the next chart. Let's go to Ethereum. Right now, I'm not seeing anything. If anything, I'm seeing tightness happening right on the wicks. Sorry, I just want to point this out real quick before I move on to Litecoin. Sorry. Right, I'm seeing kind of this happening. So I'm gonna ignore this back here so I can get better anchors up in here. And if anything, it would seem that we're making a sort of symmetrical triangle, and we're almost tightening. Right, so it's hard to type your response. You're in the Discord. Do you have a mic? I'm not sure how I can make this work, but if you're in the Discord, there even in the app version of the Discord, there's a still called General. Right, and there's this. You can come in here, and it's a voice chat. And if you jump into that from your computer or anywhere, we can try to see if I can get you on voice here, man. And you can give me your answer, right? I don't mind. So it might be something that we start doing on the streams, dude. So again, that could be pretty tight. So see, when I talk, it also lights up here. But right now, I'm not sure how this is gonna play out at the computer, man. So if you talk, I'm not sure how it's gonna play out. I don't want to have echo, so custom status, I don't care. It says it says I'm connected, so that would be disconnect. If you talk through here, I'm not sure how it's gonna play out. It's probably gonna be tight though. Give you directions. Okay, are you on a cell phone or are you on a computer? If you're in a computer, you go to the State of Crypto. Under text channels, you'll see everything drop down. If you're in a cell phone, what you will do... let me open the Discord real quick on my cell phone. You would jump on the PC. Okay, cool. So if you're in the PC and you're logged in, you're probably seeing what I'm seeing on my screen. It says the State of Crypto, right? You have the text channels, and then it says voice channels. You go to voice channels and you go to general. Right? That's it. There's really not much to it, man. I think it's quite simple to jump into it. So if you can join us, that'll be amazing, man. We'll say it like this: the set of crypto. You will see invite people or whatever, text channels, general announcements, whatever, voice channels. You go into that voice channel and you're able to get in it. Just when you get in it, go into your settings. Sorry, I'm not gonna be able to do it here, man. I usually don't go here in the computer. There's this thing on the mic that says like push to talk. So if you don't want to explain slow, okay, cool. This is my main view for my Discord, right? I have some channels here that I'm in. Just click on the channel icon for the set of crypto, right? And then it should take you into this window that I'm in. Right? I can see that you're signed in. So if you can't jump in general, let me see if I can call you from here. I think I'm calling you. I'm not sure how this is gonna work out. Awesome. It says that we're in a live call. Apparently you signed in. I'm not sure how this is gonna work out.
Hello?
Hi, what's up, Benny? I can hear you.
Oh, okay. How you doing?
Awesome, bro. Thank you for being here. Let me turn down the music a little bit so I can hear you a little bit better. Awesome, man. I hope the people at home can hear you. So, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us on the show live on voice. Yeah, awesome, bro. Thanks. It's the first time I have someone live on my show, even though if it's just via phone call. But you wanted to explain something, and you said that it's hard to type. So.
Anyway, so when you have an asset, especially in crypto, is involved with banking, yeah, there is a possibility that something like this can grow. So XRP is what now? What's the price of it? About 25, 26 cents?
26.131.
Around, exactly.
Yeah.
We don't know what could happen. It could be $10 in a couple years. It could be it could be $5. We don't know.
Yeah, I agree with you. But like I said, it's relative. You said it's expensive to get in right now. My counterpoint is it's expensive. It's relative to the price that you're getting in at. If you're getting $1, you would say it was much more expensive than getting in at 28 cents when it went to $3, right?
You have a very good point. I'm just looking at it because I'm a little different.
Yeah.
And I see the market being very bearish at the moment. So I'm afraid of any projects that are worth billions of dollars, especially in a space that's so volatile. Because as fast as XRP went up, when it had its boom, it's as easy as it could go down. We don't know. At 26 cents, we could wake up tomorrow and it's 20 cents. We don't know yet.
Yeah, I get your point. And it's not because I hold XRP and I like XRP as a project, but as a counterpoint, what other crypto has a use case as Ripple has with their XRP token, right? They're already working with MoneyGram. They're working with other institutions. Interbank Peru already said that they wanted to use the XRP to start getting payments through. At some point in time, some other banks might start joining and jumping on the XRP wagon, which is going to give more use to the token, which in turn should drive up adoption and use, which should drive up price in theory, right? So again, what other asset or what other digital asset or crypto is having that real world case use when they're having banks and everyone else coming in and using them, right?
A very good point. I think that when it comes to monitoring a crypto asset, one of the things that's very underestimated, besides its use and where it's going in the future, is to monitor volume. Volume dictates price.
Yeah.
How's the volume? So I look at volume MA, moving averages. I can't look at the other version of volume because then you can't see it. And it looked like it's consistently up and down, but that it's going up. And this is something that could dictate a possibility for the future for XRP.
Right. But on volume, remember, when you look at this on TradingView, you're looking at the volume that exchange moves. So if you were to look at Coinbase, which I'm not sure if I have it, volume would look a little bit different than everyone else, right? So like here you can see volume looks different. Because remember, Coinbase is their on-ramp from US dollars to XRP. Then they transfer the XRP, and their off-ramp into Mexican pesos is Bitso. So again, probably Bitso would see an outflow in volume, right? So again, you would buy XRP on Coinbase. That means the price should go up because you're buying at market. And you're selling in Bitso, so the price of Bitso should always be going down because you're always selling XRP for Mexican pesos. So again, if you are using one or the other, the volumes will go like opposite, right? On Coinbase, you would expect the price to rise. On Bitso, you would expect the price to decrease. But I guess that's why they want to put that on-demand liquidity there, so you don't have that arbitrage going on, or at least try to mitigate a lot of the arbitrage that could happen. Because when you have arbitrage and you're on both of the exchanges, right, what you would do is the price goes down on Bitso, you would buy XRP there when the price drops, and you would sell on Coinbase because the price just increased. So again, you would have to have a position open on both exchanges that you can play around with, right? So again, some of that XRP that you just bought on Bitso, you would transfer again to Coinbase. And when the price rises again on the next transaction, you sell it, and then you would buy it again on Bitso. So that means you have to have some pocket change to play with this, right? But again, that's how you would usually play with arbitrage. Sorry if I changed the topic a little bit, but it does relate to what you were saying about the use and volume, because volume will happen differently on exchanges, right? In one exchange, you might see more selling volume, and then in the exchange that is making or purchasing the XRP, you will see a rise in volume, right?
I'm looking at I'm at CoinMarketCap,
Yeah.
and there's many places to look at cryptocurrencies. I just like CoinMarketCap. It's simple, and you look at the asset of XRP, and there wasn't a lot going on up until you could say, at least on this chart, about January 2017. Around that time, January, or you could even say March. And then something happened. It just started going up. And then it made its explosion, which made many people millionaires when it hit $3. So from $3 to go down to about, we're at 26 cents. That's a big time loss if people bought at the top. But if people are considering XRP now, I think, yeah, I mean, obviously at 26 cents, or yeah, 26 cents, that's an amazing price because it still looks consistent for growth.
Okay.
So,
But sorry that I interrupt you. But look at this, man. I'm looking at the same chart. I have it on the stream now. I'm not sure if you're caught up with me. But look at this. You're talking May, right? You see that impulse up that you said something happened. You impulsed up. They can consolidate it, and then you had that crazy run to $3. Consider
yes.
that you went from 3 cents to 30 cents, right? So it's sitting. If you bought in at 3 cents and you're still sitting at 25 cents, you're still almost like 900% up on your investment. Is that so
Oh,
bad?
absolutely.
So again, it's probably relative
Now,
to Bitcoin also doing something similar, where Bitcoin was sitting somewhere around this area, had a certain percentage increase, right? Then you had that crazy run that Bitcoin had, and then you just like crashed like everyone else, and you're sitting at like 90% of market value from like before the run, right? Anyways, you trace probably like 90% of the way. So all cryptos is the same. I don't believe it's a particular case that just happened for XRP, right? Anyways, Benny, you have been with us for a long time. You've always been chatting with us on the chat. How long have you been into crypto, man? When did you get in?
go backwards. Go backwards on your
Go
chart.
back once on my chart. Okay, cool. There it is.
You look at the top of that slope, and that's when I started.
The big slope. This one, 2017, January
Oh,
2018.
I started at the worst possible time, which was at on FOMO. So I bought when Bitcoin was about almost 19,000.
Snap, do you got in at like you getting on FOMO levels? All right, not so bad. Look, I've gotten into crypto. I started like doing some like crypto related stuff back in 2016. Not too much though. I wasn't really buying into exchanges, etc. I was just doing like faucets, claims, whatever I could get that was free, because it was a market that I wasn't really going to get into. I really didn't put hardcore money in until Ripple pre-swell 2018. That's when I bought into crypto with like hard cash in large amounts, or like big bags, let's say. And I got in like somewhere around like 25 cents or so for, it was like a couple days pre-swell. So it was probably somewhere around this dip that I got in. 25 cents. I remember it was something around that number. So 25, 27 cents or something like that. And then I got to ride this nice pump to the upside. And let's say I've been in ever since. So right now I'm still making money on Ripple. But I do have faith in the project long term. So besides the fact that you've been with us for a while, what got you into crypto, man? Why did you got into crypto, man?
Well, I first heard about cryptocurrency, at least Bitcoin, and you won't believe it, when it first came out. I found out about it in about 2009, and I was on a website. It was it's called Reddit, which I think everyone knows about Reddit.
Yeah.
And I go on these conspiracy websites, the conspiracy section of Reddit. And I'm not a conspiracist. I just love to read stuff. So Reddit is one of those unfiltered websites that, at least at that time in 2009, it was really user generated. You didn't have as much influence from big corporations and bots. So you could get information that you felt like, oh man, not too many people know about this. So I read an article about Bitcoin on it, and people were posting about how this is going to make you rich, that this is an answer to the US dollar, because there was fear at that time of Bitcoin, of the US economy collapsing because of what
Right.
happened in 2008, especially with what went on in Greece.
Right.
And there was a lot of videos online that they were talking about the feds being very corruptible, that basically the value of the US dollar is losing value because they're just inflating. So this is where Bitcoin came in. Now nobody know at the time. So I was trying to buy Bitcoin in 2009, 2010, but I didn't know how to buy it. It was kind of complicated at the time. I got a debit card. I'm ready to buy the damn thing, but how do you do it? Do you buy it on these websites or do you download it to your computer? And life happens. So I figured, damn, it's too hard to buy Bitcoin. So I got out. I didn't buy. I'm thinking, man, I can't get it. I'm busy. I got to work. A couple years go by, and I hear on the news, Bitcoin just hit $100. Bitcoin hits 1,000, and then I'm like, my God, I could have bought it when it was a fraction of a cent, and I would have bought $100 worth of this stuff. No, Bitcoin hits almost $20,000, and I'm like, yo, I had enough. I'm gonna buy Bitcoin because it just keeps on going up, and I don't care what happens. I'm just gonna buy Bitcoin.
Right.
So I bought Bitcoin at about 17,000 on Coinbase, and immediately the next day it went to like 14,000, and then it hit a couple, like about a month later. We all remember it hit about 8,000, but then it bounced back up to 12, 13,000. It was crazy because this was, people bought because they thought this thing could go to 100,000.
So, okay, sorry. For all those of you that don't know what's happening right now, because it's usually not a regular part of the stream, one of our viewers, one of our regular streamers, Benny, he's been with us for a while now. So he was too hard to type something that he wanted to say, so I invited him on a call onto the stream so he could explain what he was saying, and now it's just turning into a sort of interview. Benny, don't leave the call. Let me do something real quick. I do believe it's an interesting topic, talking about you, how you get into crypto, etc. Let me do the market real quick. Let me finish Litecoin and Binance, and then we can keep on just shooting the shit. Right? Don't leave the call. You'll be here. I'll just put the music back on. I'm trying to look for something real quick. It's related to what you were saying. There's a thing called like the trading sentiment chart, right? Which I'll put on the screen right now, real quick, and I'll come back to that once I finish doing the market, real quick, and then we can all look at it and talk about it, right? But you probably got in at a place where the market was probably not at the prime, not the best. Trying to figure out how I can open this. That would say fairly good size. I do have a copy of this physical, but it's not really the best to look at. Psychological. Here we go. Psychology of a market cycle. That's the one I want. So again, guys, sorry if you're turning in, you don't really know what the hell's going on. We're having a lot of fun right now. That's basically it. It's true for me having one of our viewers coming in live into the stream, and we can just talk about stuff. It's so freaking amazing. Anyways, this is psychology of a market cycle. I'll make this bigger on the screen. I'm not sure how big this is gonna be. Probably have to zoom in here a bit, but we'll talk about this on a second. Let me finish the market real quick, and then we'll come back to it. Stay tuned. Don't leave. We're talking with Benny, one of our regulars, and let me get this real quick. So I'll put the music back in. Okay, so we just finished Ripple. We just finished looking at Ripple. What's going on with the daily? Let's go into Litecoin. Litecoin on the daily. What's happening? Litecoin yesterday gained price action 0.87%. Right now losing a little bit. 0.16 of market cap. Sitting at 1.65% of market cap total. Right. Price of Litecoin sitting at $58.01, 2 cents. Right now I just moved a little bit. Anyways, downtrend. Yesterday positive day. Right now it's slightly negative day. Again, like I said, is what's happening here. We can certainly look at stuff, something that I hadn't charted before. And if we were to go somewhere on here, you can see that we're facing some resistance, right, down sloping. But the good news is that it's not just that. Here in the bottom part, I'll take this one and we'll go here. We're within a falling wedge as well within Litecoin. We're making negative price action. Having, let's see, we're sitting at 46.21% of market cap. Sitting neutral on the market, market cap of the RSI, 46.21% of RSI. That negative momentum still building, so you can go slightly higher, right? Even lower on that momentum. So again, you would be creating some kind of hidden bullish divergence. But again, just 3 days is not really good to call it a pattern or a development. So let's wait for this to keep on building. We can reject the higher prices, break even lower within this falling wedge if it's to be valid. And then we can figure out where to go from there. So let's go into the 4 hours. Nothing else that we can call here, right? We're going higher, higher, high. Sorry, right on the lower scales, we did something. All this mess is stuff that I get rid of every day. All these tiny green bars you see, I get rid of them every day, and every day they come back to haunt me because they don't want to stay on the time frame they are supposed to for some reason. Anyways, the 4 hours, a little bit cleaner. This is from the 1 hour. This is from the 1 hour. If anything, this is from the 4 hours. I know this line here that I just highlighted, this point to this point. You want lower on your price. You want lower on your negative momentum. You're creating less negative momentum, right? So if anything, you are having bullish divergence that would have been price action to the upside, right? It's not playing out as called. So something you can always do, and because this is all happening within the same island, you can always take this point, take it to this low, right? Take this point, this one here. Take it to this low. It still makes sense. And something else that I want to show you on the 4 hours. Just give me 1 second. I'm trying to get the playlist back on. Here we go. Something that I can show you real quick, right? And I believe it might be playing out. This is 0.02522. So, okay. So you can see on the 4 hour. And sorry for all this clutter, man. You'll be going slightly in, right? So lower on that MACD. And look at this. From the same point, I'll take it from this high to this low. You're creating bullish divergence again, price action to the upside. But you're seeing that move to the upside, and not too strong at the 20 MA, rejecting it. So not as strong bullish. Let me get rid of this so you can see it a little bit clearer, man. Sorry about this popping up on all weird scales, man. But if you're a regular, you've probably seen me clear this chart a couple times over the past few days. It's just insane that it doesn't want to stay where it's supposed to, man. So all this is from the 1 hour. Sorry if this takes a little bit time, but I think it's gonna make this much clearer for you guys once I'm able to clear all this junk from the chart. Okay, you know what? Forget about that. I'm gonna go to another one. I'll go to this graph. So in the 4 hours, right? This from the 1 hour again. I'll send this to the 1 hour. It'll just be clearer to do it here. There we go. And this probably from like another time frame, but I don't care about that one. Okay, so we're talking about this larger scale, right? From here to here, you're going to a lower low. From here to here, you're also going to that lower low. Right? This more immediate divergence, we called it out yesterday. Play price action to the upside. We got that price to go to the upside, but you're facing that 20 MA as a resistance and you're failing to get above it. So we don't have this going on the RSI. The RSI is also always going lower until this point, your lowest low you've made. So again, you don't have divergence developing on the RSI. You do have it on the MACD histogram twice, but it's not playing as strong as it should be. Right? You're making a lower high than this previous high with low positive momentum. So again, you're creating nothing. You're just going with the market. Same thing happening with the RSI. On the RSI, you're sitting borderline neutral sold because you're sitting at 40.07. So again, you're right now neutral, but you're really heading towards that sold area. So let's wait and see how this keeps on developing. Let's go onto the 1 hour. This chart, I like it because I think I cleared this one the other day, and I've cleared this one as well a couple times, but it just, things keep on coming back to haunt me for some reason. Anyways, let's see this. So we had divergence develop. This is from another chart. We're talking about creating a straight line. The question is, did we make it? Because we're calling this divergence. See, we said what you want to do, and this was yesterday, November 14th, 2 days ago, sorry. You want to create this price action to the downside. For some reason, I didn't play this out yesterday because probably it didn't play out. Let's see this. 19. Okay, so you do have it. The lowest low you made here, it's 19, right? So again, you're just going straight 19 and 19, right? So you'll see it here. The number that shows up here where this white 04 is, you'll be like 0.19, 0.19 negative, and here's 0.19 negative. So from here to here, you're going lower. From here to here, you're going to that same lower price. So you're creating weak divergence, weak bullish divergence. That would mean price action to the upside, but it's just weaker, so it has less chance to play out. It is playing out, but it's not very strong. Now the question is, do you have it on the RSI? And you do have it on the RSI. So I would take this from here to here, right? Because I just shifted from the price that we had, right? That created bullish divergence also on the RSI, but not also on the MACD going back to zero, right? Again, and no reason why you couldn't use them twice. So you saw that price pump that we called out back then. You saw this dip. We created divergence again. Getting that price to go up. So again, looking good for Litecoin short term, but right now you're dropping below at 20 MA. So again, let's see if there's anything happening here. Yeah, you are creating bearish divergence. That's what you're breaking down. So you're going from a low to a high, from a high to a low. Not on the RSI, you're going to a higher point on the RSI. So you're creating bearish divergence on the MACD histogram. So you have strong bearish divergence developing, price action to the downside. That's what's playing out right now. But you're also seeing tightness of the Bollinger Bands. So again, this tightness, if this keeps on developing, you could technically, in theory, drop to the downside. Not the best. So that's it for Litecoin. Watch out for this developing. If this goes to the downside, something that I'm really looking forward to get to this price, right? You're probably gonna make very, very little divergence. So you're gonna end up creating some kind of bullish divergence probably. So this low or below, you're gonna create some kind of low negative or less momentum, right? Negative momentum. But look, what helped to this momentum become so large is that you had this nasty drop. From here to here is not that nasty drop. So again, you can get to this price level really easy, even a little bit below, and create some bullish divergence that might see you pump to the upside even stronger. So again, with Litecoin right now, not that I want to see the price go down ever, but you know, sometimes it's good to see the price go down so you can develop divergence and see that pump that you need. Right now you have this bullish divergence that you're playing off. Potentially it's not done yet, but right now this bearish divergence is indicating that you'll see immediate price action to the downside, which is what we're seeing. Just keep an eye out for this. Remember that we were talking about potential move to the downside and create divergence again to break us to the upside. So tomorrow we'll revisit and see if we were accurate on that or not. But this could also just might as well do a U-turn and try to pump to the upside again. Just remember, this divergence here might not be done. This would suggest that it's done, but this could still be stronger. Just keep an eye out for that as you set up your trades. Let's go on to Binance. Binance on the daily. So,
Can I add something?
yeah, sure, Benny. Let me pause the music. Yeah, what's up?
We were talking moments ago about XRP, but what's so amazing is that, and is very underrated, the high volume for Litecoin. If you just compare it for a moment, it's almost twice as much.
For Litecoin, the volume. Yeah, maybe, man. Let's see. Volume. 20.
I did get my information from CoinMarketCap.
Oh, you're looking at CoinMarketCap. Okay, cool. I do believe I have an instance of CoinMarketCap open somewhere around here. Here it is. Let me go just to real CoinMarketCap real quick. Benny is making the point that volume is almost higher here than it is for Ripple. Litecoin, let's see, 2 million. Ripple, 1 million. Yes, it has more volume traded in the last 24 hours. All right, well, let me refresh real quick. Make sure we're looking at fresh data. Yes, that would be the case, apparently. But the point being is that, yeah, there's more volume, but that means there's just more transactions happening. All right, more purchases and sales that could neutralize each other. So, what is the point that you want to make here, Benny?
Just like the fact there's more volume going on,
Yeah,
especially Litecoin. But I think a lot of it has to do with it being on Coinbase and more available to more people.
right. You also got to remember the liquidity in CoinMarketCap is not being calculated properly for Ripple, because Bitso is an on-demand liquidity partner for XRP, and Coinbase also a on-demand liquidity partner for XRP, so that transactions can get through. But when you look at the volume of Bitso for XRP, is not really there, man. They don't show it. It just shows as a blank. So when they did their like top 54 exchanges by liquidity, Ripple is not there. They're not considering it. Sorry, Bitso's not there because they're not considering the liquidity that on-demand liquidity is bringing into the market for some reason. So again, CoinMarketCap is pretty good. I do believe there's other ones that consider it a little bit better. I think we've talked about them before. I'm not sure I have them open right now or easily available to the point where I don't have to go and take a dive. I do have Crypto Compare here. And data should be fresh. Yes. So Crypto Compare. What I like about Crypto Compare is that if you look at market cap, it considers everything that is in circulation, even if they hold it in an escrow, because it's out there. It's already been made and issued. So that's what I like about this. But if you look at this and Ripple would be number 7. By market cap, Ripple would have 26 billion. Ethereum would have 19 billion. You would say, wait, man, how can they have that much? Remember, all the tokens for Ripple are issued. They're pre-mined, so they're already out there. Even though they block in an escrow, they're still issued and emitted. But when you look at Litecoin only has like 3.7 billion. So by market cap, it's much lower. Now by volume, Litecoin has 88 million moved, and Ripple has. So let's look at total volume. Sorry, I was looking at top tier volume. Total volume: Litecoin 361 million, Ripple 308 million. The difference seems to be much less when total volume is looked at. But if we look at direct volume, right, and if you want to see what it is the total volume is the total direct coin topless currency volume. This is used to show how liquid the coin is directly to the topless currency. So Ripple.
I like that website.
What's that?
I like that website.
Okay. So here Ripple would have 11.91 million, right? And Litecoin will have 7.13 million. Again, like I said, man, like looking at this, it's like looking at for indicators in a chart. There's gonna be an indicator that suits your need. If you look at different sites for market cap, etc., coin market cap, there's another one, World Coin Index. Whatever you look at, they're gonna have different data because they calculate it differently, because they look at different stuff happening. So when you look at stuff like this on CoinList, Crypto Compare, CoinMarketCap, World Coin Index is another one. Let me open that up real quick and look at how things are sitting out there. Not sure if I've opened it before, but here it is. I'm pretty sure I haven't seen it here on these. But anyways, Ripple. Where's volume? Volume for Ripple, man. 956 million. Litecoin, 161 billion. So here, it would also suggest that it's almost double, but not as much as they have it on CoinMarketCap, right? So again, if you want to look at different data, you can look at different, what is this? Sorry, man, I'm trying to find that site that I had open. Oh, fudge, where did I place it, man? Anyways, if you want to look for different data, you can find it. And different sites will point to different data points. So again, if you want to look at volume, look at different sites and see what's congruent or what's not before you actually make a call. Because CoinMarketCap apparently has a lot of flaws that they're trying to solve. So they're not 100% there, man. It's just something that I wanted to point out for people that are looking at different sites, that you should just look at different charts to find out what is going on and make sure the data is congruent across the market. You should always also look at different sites for volume, for market cap, etc., because different sites would consider it differently. Like I said, here they consider everything that has been issued. So every Bitcoin that has been minted, or let's say mined, it's considered here. Every Ethereum that has out there, it's here. Every Ripple that has been out, meaning that it's pre-mined, it's already out there as well. So it's something that you should consider when you look at its data, right? Just real quick, let me kill Binance, and we can just keep on chatting real quick. On Binance, what is happening with Binance? Binance on the daily. Yesterday lost dominance 0.85%. Right now losing dominance 0.71%. Sitting at 1.39% of market cap. Price of Binance $19.96. Now we're talking about buying expensive and relativeness of expensiveness. I believe Binance is a little bit expensive right now, considering that you could have bought Binance at $4 and change back in December 2019. So we were getting Binance at like $4.61. You probably would have seen almost 1,000% increase on your volume or your position by when was this? June. Man, it would have been insane the amount of money you would have made. Anyways, I do believe that Binance is expensive right now, even though it has retraced. I don't have that one here, but if you want to fib it and see how much you are saving right now on buying Binance, you take fibs, you go from the low to the high, right? And you look at this and you would say, man, if I buy Binance right now, I would be buying at a 60 change percent, 60, like the 60%, 62%. Here 61.8, right? So again, you will be buying around 50%, maybe 60% discount from the high, right? Back here, you will be buying at a 78.6% retrace. You never hit it, but you did come to at least a 70% discount. So again, you probably here would have been a good area to get in at like $14, but right now I think it's a little bit expensive still. It just depends on your point of view, right? Like we talked about earlier. Anyways, Binance, what is happening? Price going down for the past 4 days. Again, right now dropping a little bit more. Tightness of the Bollinger Bands sitting below at 20 MA. Negative momentum still building and sitting neutral on the RSI at 50.54. On the 4 hours, what's going on? Why am I not calling anything else here? You might ask, right? Well, you're still going lower with more negative momentum building and still dropping on that RSI. That's why I'm not calling anything here yet. you would say, man, this is lower than this, so you would create divergence. No, yeah, you would be creating divergence. It would be hidden bullish, price continuation. But again, let's wait for this to actually finish developing, right? You would be going slightly lower. Even here on the RSI, you would have it. But I want for this to develop, for us to call something, because this island is still developing. I'm not sure how much it's going to drop. This is still building. So again, Binance is not a coin that I'm too much into right now. So let's wait and see how things play out. What's going on here on the 4 hours? We'll have divergence, right? Hidden bullish price continuation. We saw a small pump to the upside, but another breakdown. Now, stuff I do like here is that you have this breakdown. You'll be going from low to a lower low, and you'll be going slightly in on your momentum, creating hidden, sorry, not hidden, just regular bullish divergence, price action to the upside. You might see a pump. However, this is still developing, so you can still get more negative action happening. You don't have it on your RSI. So on the 4 hours, it just seems that Binance is developing something contrary to everyone else within the market. So again, not too bad, right? Just consider that you might get a pump to the upside. I'm not sure how strong it's going to be, but price action might move up. Let's go into the 1 hour. This is coming back from the 4 hours again. Let's send it back there. There we go. And this also from the 4 hours, I think. So let's send it back there. We'll see tomorrow when I fix this if it was really from there. Anyways, this is from the 4 hours. Sorry. 4 hours. There we go. So clear the chart a bit. This is from the 1 hour. This is from the daily. I really don't care much for this one. So I'll get rid of this and get rid of this as well. Oh, sorry. This is from like something else. I just placed it on the 1 hour for some reason. There we go. So what is happening here, man? Let's see. This is from another time frame. It's probably also from the daily or something else. I'll clear it out later. I just want to look at this short term real quick. Low, lower low, right? Negative momentum less. So again, from here to here, you're going lower. You're going from here to a very, very slight negative island. I'll zoom in so you can see it. Right? It's this island right here. So again, you're creating bullish divergence, price action to the upside. You've seen it played out, but it wasn't too strong. You're breaking down even still farther. So even from here to like a positive, right? Going even down low, you will be creating divergence again. Bullish. So you have 1, 2 bullish divergences. If you want to ignore this small bump to the downside, you can. And you could go from here to here and go all the way from here to here in a one shot, right? So again, from this one back here to here one shot, that would be fine. I really don't. It doesn't matter, man. You're creating bullish divergence, right? That's what counts. Now the question is, from here to here, you also have it on the other side, right? That's what's going to give it some credibility. However, it's not playing too strong. Now the RSI here is at 35.24, and here is at 36.09. So even you're going even slightly higher here on your RSI. There we go. So again, you will be creating that divergence again. So you have double bullish divergence developing. Price action to the upside should be coming up. You're seeing some tightness of the Bollinger Bands, not too much, but sitting below at 20 MA. Pump to the upside might see us test at 20 MA, and if we break above it, then we probably try to break back into this upsloping channel. And that's it for Binance. So we'll just run through whatever we usually look at. Benny, I know you're live. You're still in the call. For you guys that don't know what's going on, I do have a live call going on. One of our regular viewers, Benny, wanted to chat with us. Apparently, he had something that he couldn't type out, and I agreed to put him on a call so he could explain. Benny, if you want to look at something else, let me know. If anyone else is on the chat right now and you want to also participate and bring out a point of view, ask me for another coin, you can put it out there. Benny, what's up? You want to look at something else, or you have any other questions that you want to look at?
I would like to add about the Binance coin is how amazing its price has been stable. It's been going up and down, but if you really look at it, with coin burn, that makes such a dramatic effect on the price.
Yeah. And if you look at it compared to everyone else, look at this nice uptrend that you're in, right? Look at Litecoin. You don't have that, right? If anything, the lower term is down sloping. Look at Ripple, man. You don't have that. You're opposite, right? Look at Ethereum. You don't have that, right? And look at Bitcoin. You don't have that as well. So Binance, like I said the other day, is playing like a champ. See, Binance is upsloping. While everyone else is going down, Binance seems to be in an uptrend, right? Anyways, I was talking about this chart. You were talking about how you got into this, how you moved. 1 second, my kid's opening the door. Uh, Sorry, I forgot to put that "be right back" screen. My kid came knock on the door. Yeah, he says he's hungry again, but it's already like almost 11 p.m. He should be really asleep right now. I'm not sure why he's up. Anyways, like I said, dude, you're getting somewhere on this area, right? If you look at this is not the Bitcoin chart. This is just like irregular psychology of a market cycle. This is a good chart to have if you don't know what it is. It usually explains how you usually feel when you take a position, right? Hope, a recovery is possible. Disbelief, this rally will fail like the others. Optimism, this rally is real. Belief, time to get fully invested. Thrill, I'll buy more on margin. Gotta tell everyone to buy. Euphoria, I'm a genius. We're gonna be rich. Complacency, we just need a cool off, for the next rally. Exciting, why am I getting margin call? Why am I getting margin calls? This dip is taking longer than expected. Denial, my investment. How are we great companies? They'll come back. Panic, shit, everyone's selling. I need to get out. Capitulation, I'm getting 100% out of the market. I can't afford to lose more. Anger, who shorted the market? Why the government allowed this to happen? Depression, my retirement money is lost. How can we get paid for this? How can we pay for this new stuff? I'm an idiot. Disbelief, these are suckers rally, right? When you see the price going up again, you had that bad experience happening. Now you look at stuff from a different point of view. Now, this is a simple market cycle, right? You have a peak, which is a point of maximum financial risk. You have a through, right, which is a point of maximum financial opportunity. And then you pump again, and you have an area of prosperity or higher price than the previous ones. Right now, I would say that on where we're sitting at, we're probably somewhere around here, maybe here on Bitcoin, right? So we're within this area where we're really trying to see that new rally come in to get us above that 19,000. So let's hope we can do it. Benny, is there anything else you want to bring out right now while we're still alive?
I think that if anyone's going to get into crypto or are involved in crypto, this is a great map to look at. The Wall Street cheat sheet just gives you an idea of
Yeah.
each of these cryptos. And it's not looking at it as a 2 or 4 hour chart. This is almost like looking at a day chart where it could cover about 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, this is always happening on the market, right? So again, all this is always there. So just be careful when you get in, right? If everyone is telling you to get in, it's probably not the best time to get in. The market's probably going to crash soon. When everyone's like, man, everyone's rich, everyone's this is what happened when you get in. The price was going up, it was going to go higher, everyone was getting into it. You were here, man. I'm a genius. We're going to be rich. We're going to get in right now. And then you have all this, right? You had this happening completely. We just need to cool off, right? For the next rally. You see the price go down. You don't have your trade plan set up. That your trade plan would have said take profit at this level probably when the dip happens. And then you would have bought here at the bottom again and probably with another trade plan, place your stop loss and you probably would have gone out here. You probably lost a little bit, maybe not, depending on if you would have scaled up or not your take profit. But again, have a plan when you trade, guys. And then discipline and follow it through. Set up stop losses, take profits. And go in with it. And if you take advantage of that and the market drops or pumps even more, but you already took your money, take that, I want to say that feeling that you did what you said you were going to do. because the market could have turned south and you could have lost a lot more. But thanks to your discipline, you got where you were supposed to. If it went higher, don't look at it. Go to the next one. That's it. Because if you look at it and you're like, man, I could have gotten out higher, whatever, you're going to reinforce negative trading behavior that's going to get you wrecked in the future. So again, have a plan, execute it with discipline, follow through, and that's it. So, yeah, do you want to look at something else, Benny, real quick? I am going to have to go off the air soonish. Apparently my kid wants something, so I have to go tend to him. So if it's great having you here, man. It's great hearing your voice, having you on a call, certainly, while we're doing a stream. So,
Martin, I think I'm going to be calling it a night early, but if there's a possibility that during the week I could be on again, that would be great.
yeah, sure, man. We can try it out. A week, next weekend, whenever, man. Tomorrow, whatever. Monday, I'm up for work. It's a holiday in Mexico, so I'm probably going to have a lot more time as well. But it was great having you on, bro. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming online. I'm also going to call it a night for the stream unless anyone else has a request that they want to toss on the chat. If there's nothing going on there, Benny, I'm going to end the call. Thank you for being here, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mark.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, man, if you can join us. So that was Benny, guys. If you know Benny, he's usually here. He's usually chatting with us. He's taking classes right now on the week, so he's usually tries to be here on the weekend, and if not, he usually catches the replays, and then he also like connects with us on Twitter, on Instagram, and on the Discord sometimes. So again, guys, if you really like what we do, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you're notified when we go live. If you want to help us grow and bring awareness to the channel, you can retweet, comment on what we comment, and retweet and help bring awareness to the channel, and we do appreciate that. We really want to grow. We really want to get this community going. And we're really friendly, guys. You can see, you can send me a text, say you want to come on the channel, and we can connect the call like we did with Benny. I hope you guys could hear him. Apparently, all the volume, all the audio that comes to my computer goes out. So again, I hope you could hear Benny well. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. If you like what we do, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. I'll catch you tomorrow, guys. I hope you enjoy the rest of your night.